Hello ladies and gentlemen and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to our Football Manager 23 beta save with Manchester City. Things have been going okay. We are 11 games into the season, 31 points, sitting pretty at the top with 7 points advantage over Liverpool, who have a game in hand, but we're looking good. Let's take a look at our schedule, how things have gone, and then we'll jump into the Shakhtar game in the Champions League. After our 2-1 win against Man United, we got a 2-1 win against West Ham. It didn't start well though, with Cancelo doing that and then Orsic popping that one away. We gifted them that one, really. They were very dominant in the whole game. We seemed to not be able to quite make the chances we wanted and get our hands on it, but we did do what we needed to do, and that was get the goals. Haaland fired in there from Bellingham's ball over the top. We did have a couple more chances to get more goals. They were ruled offside though. Haaland again getting 2 goals there, but unfortunately didn't count. He did get this one though. That gave us the lead and gave us the win. We then took on the team we're playing today, Shakhtar Donetsk, in the Champions League. Foden did give us the lead and things were looking very, very comfortable. We were in a bit of a rotated squad as well. But they clawed things back. After a penalty miss for us, they scored from a corner, levelling it off at 1-1. We then had a fantastic game against Chelsea. It was 4-2 in the end. And we kind of ran riot at the end of all things. Great goal to start with. Haaland in the first couple of minutes giving us the lead after a Moukoko ball through. He chipped the keeper. But Chelsea did respond. They bounced back just before half-time, getting a goal to make it 1-1. Reece James firing the ball across for Lukaku to win the header and head it into the bottom right-hand corner. But the half wasn't over yet. We did manage to almost instantly respond and get a goal ourselves. Haaland getting a little bit lucky with a couple of challenges by Koulibaly, and then he was able to just slot it into the bottom left. But once again, the half wasn't quite over yet, as they were able to then get another goal to level things up. 2-2 at half-time. It was a ball through. Stones didn't deal with the cutout, and Lukaku was able to fire it past Ederson in goal. That was half-time though, and then in the second half we came out firing. And early on, 47 minutes in, so 2 minutes into the second half, we managed to get our third. Haaland's third as well. Kepa probably should have done a little bit better, but a good assist by Kvaratskhelia. And he also got on the score sheet with this fantastic run from the halfway line. He went all the way into the box and then fired it past the keeper. No chance on that one for Kepa, 4-2. Following that, it was a 2-1 win against Newcastle. Haaland firing home from the spot initially. They did get a goal before half-time to level things up, but in the end, we were just too good. We had a little bit too much of the ball, a little bit too much opportunities to really be too concerned. And we were able to get a goal just after half-time to give us the 2-1 lead. And then we saw things home. It was, of course, a corner with Ruben Diaz getting that header. John Stones, sorry. Finally then, last game, we just beat Wolves 4-0. They had a player sent off, and it was one of the most dominant victories I've seen. Haaland scoring from the spot initially, then whatever that was from a De Bruyne free kick. I don't know what the keeper was doing, but it was quite a way out. Pretty astonishing, to be honest. Then second half, 63 minutes in, we'd kind of taken our foot off the gas a little bit, but De Bruyne was able to curl that one in to get his second goal of the game. A lovely, lovely finish. Keeper didn't have a chance in that one. And then finally, late on in the 91st minute, Doué, having come onto the pitch, found Bernardo Silva over the top, who played it across to Giovanni Reina, who tucks it away for 4-0. And there you have it. Unbeaten since our last game. We got the one draw against Shakhtar, which we are going to make amends today. I think we need to really put our foot down and show our dominance here. And that's exactly what we're going to be aiming to do with today's team. We have got a few injuries, a few little knocks and stuff. Ake could actually go on the bench there looking at that, but it will be Ederson in goal, João Cancelo, Antonio Silva stepping in today for John Stones, Ruben Diaz sitting at the back with him, and Luca Netz at left back, so a little bit more attacking. Then we've got Camavinga as the holding role, so rest up Rodri slightly. Then we've got De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva in the middle, Moukoko on the right, Kvaratskhelia on the left, and Erling Haaland up top doing his bits. 14 goals so far this season. He is absolutely flying, and I still am not sure if there's been a game where he hasn't scored. There must have been. But we're getting into the Shakhtar game, looking at those lovely, lovely graphics to start it. It's just nice, isn't it? Just to have the kind of Champions League style thing, just to gives it that little edge. They have got Isco. He was the man that missed a penalty in the first leg against them. First leg or away game against them. That we kind of got away with one in that game. We gifted them a couple of too many opportunities to allow them to stay in the game. We were dominant and we were controlling things, but kind of a mixed up side maybe didn't help us in that front. But we'll make amends today, I'm sure, as it is a long ball. Antonio Silva doing well to win that. Mukoko's not quite able to win that one, but João Cancelo does. It's headed away again as Kormolenko looks back to Trubin and to kind of reset things as they do for them. So a long ball out wide to Kormolenko. He's got a bit of pressure on him, and that is what we're going to try and do constantly. Haaland chasing across. Tete, though, looking to chase this one. Nets does well to cut that out and deal with it. And now we've got the ball once again, which we love to have. Now, Nets, can he look to find someone? He's gone for a ball over the top, and Erling Haaland's through on goal here. And this is surely going to be a goal. And it is. There's no real doubt when he gets put through like that. It was a simple ball. Nets always knows he's going to be ready to make those runs. He's always central. He's always ready. In that poacher role, he's looking for those little breaks. And that's exactly what he did. It was a ball over the top for Haaland just to run through. Took a couple of touches and then just looks like a dink over his foot, if anything, to get it in the near post. 1-0 Man City versus Shakhtar, but it's a throw-in almost straight away in their half. De Bruyne does well to kind of cause a bit of trouble there. Camavinga plays it across to João Cancelo, but Solomon does enough to kind of shield the ball so it goes wider. But João Cancelo gets onto that, comes into the box, and it's headed straight at Trubin in the end. But we're putting the pressure on, piling it on, and I don't think it's going to stop any time soon, although Trubin looks to go wide. João Cancelo wins that, but it's only going to fall to Solomon once again, who's going to drive forward. But Moukoko working back, working so hard to win that ball back. As João Cancelo looks to come down this right-hand side. He looks round the corner to Moukoko. He's going to turn back in, use his left foot to try and get ball across. It doesn't quite fall for Haaland. De Bruyne looks to head it down to João Cancelo, who does manage to get hold of it. He fires it into the back post. A second header by Kvaratskhelia at Kvaratskhelia. Kivi. That's what we've nicknamed him. Kivi at the back post. And it stays 1-0. But again, 15 minutes in, we're piling the pressure on. Erling Haaland looking to receive this one into Moukoko, who loses the ball fairly by the ref, or deemed by the ref, but it does fall to Nets on the other side. He looks to cross the ball, but again, the block falls to Traore, who lays it back for a clearance. But it only falls to Ruben Diaz, who once again looks back to Antonio Silva this time, who plays into Kevin De Bruyne, round the corner to Erling Haaland, who just shoots from the edge of the box. I mean, you give him a yard and he's going to want to hit that. He's in an incredible form, and it stays 1-0 still. But this is another highlight and another free kick only 2 minutes later. This is just non-stop. Looks for the free kick, and this time it goes in. Kevin De Bruyne with a lovely strike. Third goal of the season for him. Keeper wasn't getting to that one as it hits top corner, and it goes 2-0 Man City. So Nets receives it, driving forward, looks across to Kevin De Bruyne. There's loads of space on this right-hand side, but instead he looks to switch it out wide to Kivi, who's going to look to cut back. Bernardo Silva not quite able to get there, but De Bruyne will again after it looked like a foul. But we've got the advantage. João Cancelo looking to take on his man to try and get a ball across the box. He does, and there he is, Kvaratskhelia gets the goal. A volley. It's his second goal of the season. You saw his first with that incredible run from the halfway line. He's starting to get into the flow of things, and that's good to see as he tucks that one away after arriving at the back post. It was good work by João Cancelo on that right-hand side, getting that yard of space to fire it across, and he was able to tuck inside of his fullback to pop it in. With 10 minutes to go in the half, we're kind of boxing him into this corner, not letting him out. As we initially won that header, but wasn't able to keep hold of it. They will look to come forward, though, and not for long. Camavinga looks to play it out to Nets, who's got a bit of time there to find Ruben Diaz. He is going to take a few steps forward into the gap, switching it out wide to João Cancelo, who takes it down lovely. Can he get another ball into the box? He looks, well, it's gone well over to Nets, but it falls to Bernardo Silva. That's his second goal of the season, and he's fired it into the bottom right-hand corner. A few players have been complaining that they haven't been getting the game time they want. One's Bernardo Silva, one's Jack Grealish, and Aymeric Laporte as well. Grealish and Bernardo Silva are happy. They understand that it is all about rotation in this squad for us to be able to do things like this, and he gets his opportunity and scores. So he's got that time. But Laporte is looking to leave. We've had Napoli, I think it was Napoli, come in for him, offered 40 million. He's worth 80. I was trying to bump it up to 80. I've declined that offer. I'm happy to keep him, to be honest, as a backup. But he's not happy. So we'll see how that works out. But, I mean, with Antonio Silva coming in at centre-half, I'm not too worried if Laporte goes. And there are a couple of other players that I'm keeping eyes on to hopefully bring in some young prospects as well. But it is half-time, 4-0 up, absolutely running away with the game. It might be a good time to kind of mix things up a little bit. Moukoko may be coming off. We'll bring Bernardo Silva up to the right-hand side. And we could actually play Phil Foden in centre midfield, switching him over with Kevin De Bruyne in there. And then, yeah, we'll bring Kyle Walker on as well for João Cancelo, who's done really well on that right-hand side. So we've got a couple fresh legs on the pitch. Phil Foden and Kyle Walker, two Englishmen coming on for Moukoko and João Cancelo. Phil Foden, looks like did he win that header? Was that a foul? What was going on there? The referee's blowed up for something. Oh, a possible penalty. I don't think that was in the box, but we'll take the free kick anyway, if that's what's going to happen, because I think we've got almost as much of a chance of scoring from the free kick as from the penalties. Very close. But who's stepping up for this one? It's Bernardo Silva, who's going to look to either deliver or shoot from here. I'd hope he delivers, which it looks like he has done. Tete does head away, and Solomon's gonna look to break now for Shakhtar. We should go a bit more attacking, shouldn't we? We've kind of got that impetus behind us, but it's probably good that we're not quite so aggressive at the start of this second half. But yeah, why not? Let's go attacking. Let's get a few more players forward and try and get a few more goals. We obviously... Wow. Okay, Copenhagen must be... Oh, no, they're not anymore. I was going to say must be drawing with PSG. Looks like they've just gone 2-1 down again. As Shakhtar's goal kick does work its way up the field. Solomon looking to try and get past his man here. We are kind of doubling up on him a little bit. Who is it? It's Bernardo Silva out there trying to track the run. He does well to block it initially, so it goes up, and Ederson should claim that absolutely fine. Now, what can he do from here? Can he find someone? He looks long. He goes far up the field. Haaland does well to get that down to Bernardo Silva, who's running at the defence now. We've got loads of players forward. What a diving header that is by Vinicius Tobias. Not sure it was necessary, as Nets looks to get that ball in. Bernardo Silva is not the tallest, so it doesn't quite reach that header. But it comes to Kyle Walker again, who does, again, find Bernardo Silva, who lays it off to Nets. This time it's blocked by Marlon. It's not quite out. I thought it had gone out for a corner. But Kyle Walker again looks to play it in. Again blocked by Bernardo Silva this time. And then Kvicha gets another goal. That's his third goal, second of the game, heading home past the keeper, and it was just a bit of a mess, to be quite honest, wasn't it? Stepanenko trying to head that away. Kyle Walker gets onto that, cuts it back again. Bernardo Silva's shot is blocked, but it falls to the back post, and Kvicha gets another goal. Looking so good here. 25 minutes to go. Maybe it's time to take Haaland off. Don't want to bother risking him. No point whatsoever. Shell drop. We'll stick you up top. Why not? See what you can do in striker. Cole Palmer, though, I think we'll bring on for De Bruyne as well. And just leave it like that for now. We've got one more sub to make, and we'll kind of save that. If anything happens to any of the players, like injuries or there are any knocks that someone might take, and there's no point risking them. Bernardo Silva looks at the back post. Antonio Silva with his first goal for Man City in a competitive match. So that's lovely stuff for him to get, and it's a decent game to get it in. 6-0. Looking so good. 67 minutes in. Still got time as well. But he had two men marking him at the back post and does really, really well to head that past the keeper. And it's a Shakhtar centre circle kickoff. Are we going to get another one from their kickoff? I mean, that'd be pretty cool. Hope they don't get one anyway. It's a long ball forward, and I mean, that's not gone to anyone. Ederson's going to bring that down lovely into Ruben Diaz, as he'll get to now turn and play the ball forward. Phil Foden looking to receive it centrally. Ruben Diaz once again into Camavinga. Antonio Silva is really deep and wide, which is fine as long as we get the balls to him. Cole Palmer back to Antonio Silva. And again, can he look? He's just waiting on the ball. There's no pressure on him whatsoever. I think Shakhtar have kind of given up as to what they're doing. But it's worked inside into Kivy. Shell drop round the corners of Bernardo Silva. Can he finish this one? No, he can't. He rattles the bar there. as he tries to lift it over the keeper. Probably, I mean, he should have done a lot better. Kyle Walker, though, does well to cut that one out. But Mudryk looks to get back, although it's only fallen to Bernardo Silva, who gets a second chance at the cherry. But this time, still misses and gets the pips. 3 XG for the 6 goals. 22 shots, 11 on target. We should certainly be converting these as it falls to Sheldrup from the throw-in. Can he look to make anything happen? Not quite out that wide, but we will get the ball again and we'll recycle and go once more as Nets looks around the corner to Sheldrup, who's not quite able to get onto that pass as it's cut out. And it is a long ball forward. But once again, it looks like we should be able to deal with this quite comfortably. They've not got anything up top that has given us any issues. Nets into Kivi, then Foden, who's going to take a touch, look to go round the defender. He's going to fire the ball across, I reckon. Oh no, he'll lay it back to Nets, who's got loads of space. He is pressured a little bit and not quite able to find anyone on that cross. But once again, we are coming straight back at them. Ruben Diaz this time looks for a ball into the box. Again, another diving header, which I think I've seen more in this game than I have in the entirety of the rest of Football Manager. But Nets fires the ball across. Sheldrup there with the goal, his third of the season. Everyone's getting on the score sheet now, and it's 7-0. What a result this is. We're absolute battering them. Fantastic stuff. Kyle Walker does really well here as well. He looks to lay it out to Nets, the fullback to fullback play, and then Sheldrup. Just all he needs to do is be in the right area and flick it past the keeper, which he does there. Absolutely fine. It is coming towards the end now, so what we will do actually is bring Calvin Phillips on for Camavinga. Again, just for the legs. Rest him up a little bit. And we should be fine. Bernardo Silva with a delivery. Goes to the near post. Antonio Silva's nearly got that in. And then it's another shot. I don't know who that was by. Sheldrup trying to poke it in. But it wasn't quite to be. Can we get an 8th? I mean, that's a poor... I mean, unless he meant it. It was a poor clearance. But Mudryk on the ball, who's looked like a very good player in the Champions League in real life for Shakhtar. Let's just see what he can do here as Maicon receives it. Back to Joselu, round the corner to Mudryk. He's going to look to go back. Sheldrup trying to put a bit of pressure on him to make a mistake. But the ball's found Pedrino, who's through on goal here. I was hoping we'd keep a clean sheet. For a second there, I thought we might have done. But unfortunately not. I think we fell asleep a little bit there, didn't we? As the ball came over the top. Should have done a little better as Maicon's little dink found Pedrino. And yeah, we're a little all over the place. It looks like Ruben Diaz kind of checked out a bit there, which isn't great for the captain of the team. But it looks like we'll be sitting second in the Champions League group stage so far. We have got a couple more games to go, though. We've got the PSG game. We've got the Copenhagen game. So it'll be interesting to see. And it looks like Copenhagen drew with PSG. So that's massive. That is massive. Yeah, there you go. They drew level with them. We're both on the same goal difference. So what, has PSG scored more goals than us? I'm not quite sure. Let's take a deeper... Can we take a deeper look at the individual groups? What group are we? D. Okay. I don't know what I'm doing here. This maybe isn't... Okay, here we go. Here we are. 4-13. Yeah, so they've scored one more than us at the moment. So it could go down to goal difference. Or if we can beat PSG... it should go down to that. But when is that game? That's coming up in 2 games' time. I think what we'll do is come back for the Copenhagen game. It'll either be Copenhagen or we'll probably come back for the Liverpool game, I think. And see how we get on there, as they're kind of the contenders for the title. We'll see where we're at in the Champions League group, if it kind of can be decided on the final day or what. But there you go. We will leave it there for now. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you in the next one. Thanks very much. See you then.